Happy morning, guys. Um, our next topic is Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Langmuir adsorption isotherm. And what we are completed first last week, Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Freundlich adsorption isotherm and adsorption of isobar, chemisorption and physorption both we are completed. Okay. Now then after next one it is Langmuir adsorption isotherm. So directly I will tell. I don't want to tell this that what each and every point that it is taking very lot numbers. Okay, simply we'll go. Freundlich isotherm is followed a special case of intermediate pressure. The relationship is applied like this. Okay, in the Langmuir adsorption isotherm, after Freundlich is the Langmuir is second scientist, is explained little bit in the between of that graph A to B is explained. Okay, so what is he explaining? Actual formula is x by m equals to A P capital P 1 plus B P. This is the Langmuir formula. Okay. What is our formula? Before formula, it is x by m k p power 1 minus n, 1 by n. Okay, that and this totally different because of two different scientists, right? So that's why E is given is different formation. So when divided with, when this equation is divided by p, divided by p. Now let's take x by m by p equals to a, p cancelled, then what? 1 plus b p after dividing. Now let's take 1, 2, third, taking a reciprocal both sides, taking reciprocal both sides, we get p by x by m reciprocal equals to 1 by a plus b by a, 1 by a, b by a into p. Now it is third one. In third one, a and b are constant. A and B are constant. P means pressure. X means what you know already. We completed that. This is the final Langmuir formula. Okay. One more also there, but this is very important. Final one. Taking reciprocal both sides of equation number 4. Okay. If you are taking that also. Different. Okay, just till here only you have to remember it. Okay, by using this formula we have to do problems, but problems are not given in our book. No problem, just remember it. P by x by m equals to 1 by a plus b by a p. This is the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Simple, small topic. Next, applications they given. Applications of adsorption. Adsorption. applications means just simply adsorption uses. Okay. First one, preserving vacuum. In a preserving vacuum we have to use. Okay, preserving vacuum. And take second one, in gas mask. So very big mines inside. For example, coal mine is there. The coal mine suddenly many gases will release poisonous gases. That time in the gases we are using we are mask. So gas mask. So that mask, what it will do, it is absorb the poisonous gases and pure gas will give to inside to our nose. Okay, so that purpose they are using adsorption thing. Next, in clarification of sugar. In clarification of sugar. In clarification of sugar. In sugar decolorizing for treatment, they are using charcoal powder. So very big chamber they are using a sugarcane juice, right? For preparation of sugarcane juice, in that one lot of different colors will come, means sometimes fungus bacteria also will come. For the decreasing purpose they are using charcoal for adsorption technique. Okay, this is the third one. And fourth one, chromatographic analysis. Chromatographic analysis means what? For separation substances, for using this chromatographic technique. So separation technique also, the absorption they are using. Okay, this is a selective absorption they are calling. So 2-3 mixtures are there na. In that one we want to separate it. For using column chromatography, they are using this adsorption technique. Okay, next, heterogeneous catalyst. Heterogeneous catalyst means two different compounds when it is there. That time if you want to separate it, that time adsorption technique we are using. Okay, indicators. Fifth one, indicators. Indicators means confirmation purpose they are using this. Confirmation purpose they are using this. Okay, so for example, potassium bromide. For example, if you want to find out, that time indicator they are using. Okay, the one indicator you take ASIN. ASIN is a indicator for confirming KBr and AgNO3. Okay, for example, KBr is easily treated with AgNO3 using a ASIN indicator. Okay, and sixth, the adsorption technique we are using for softening of water. Softening of water. Softening of water. So hard water we are converting into soft water, already discussed in class 1. Okay, plus 1. Ion exchanging method, hard water, soft water, that time we are discussing, right? That purpose only they are using. And seventh one, in removing purpose of moisture. Removing of moisture. Removing of moisture from the air in delicative instruments. Delicative instruments. For example, once Apple mobile you look at once. Apple mobile, around silica paper will come. Silica paper. That is only for delicate things only it will come. Okay. Nowadays silica papers are very famous. So in the rain also you can take you can carry the laptop or everything because of that silica water. Okay. Now eighth one. Separation of inert gases. In separation of inert gases. In separation of inert gases. So in inert gases, if you want to separate it, you use absorbed charcoal or different kind of charcoals. Use it. Now you can easily separate it. Okay. And the ninth one, froth flotation. Where we discussed this in metallurgy. Froth flotation, separation of purification of metals. That time we are using this. Most of them, they are not watching my videos. I knew yesterday. So definitely next tomorrow onwards, what I will do in class sessions, I will arrange it. Class session. In that session only, when you are in online, that time you have to come and you have to watch. That's it. I will be with you. Next video onwards, I will be with you. That time who those will are there, that people only I will put the attendance, present or absent. That's it. Okay? Yeah. Next, 10th. Paint industry they are using. Paint industry they are using this. And 11th one, dyeing. Both are same only, but it is delegation thing. Paint industry, preparation paints. Dyeing industry also they are using this. And the last 12th one is in water conservations. In water conservations. And 13th one in water purification. In that technique also they are using for olden days charcoal water they drank. So for example, they will dig some land with some distance of feet. Okay, first they will take silica, then take next to big stones they will take, then after they will take charcoal, then after they will take again big stones, and finally the downside water they will drink. Okay, that is water conservative purposes they are using. And last 13 one, in curing diseases also they are using this. Curing diseases. Okay. Curing diseases also they are using this adsorption technique. These are the 12 applications are there for adsorption. Okay, till now we are completed the adsorption topic. Adsorption topic fully completed. Okay, one chapter completed. Now Roman letter 2, first chapter adsorption, second chapter is colloidal. The chapter, if you look at this chapter, it is already we discussed it in solution chapter, right? That time this both are similar. Colloidal chapter and solutions topic both are similar. Both are like brothers. Okay? Solutions is a young elder brother, is a younger brother. That's it. Okay? So based on diameters of particle, colloidal solutions suspensions are divided. First point. Based on diameters, the particles are divided into three types. One is true solutions. Whatever we completed solution topic, that is called solutions. True solutions. Two, colloids or colloidal solutions. And third one, suspensions. Suspension different, suspensions different amma. Suspension solutions. This is the chapter solution chapter amma fully. First chapter. First in +2 what we are completed. After solid state solutions we completed, right? That fully chapter completed. Now colloidal chapter now we will complete, and suspension also now next topic. Colloidal suspension now it is a topic. Okay. So now let's go to the colloidal chapter. What is based on this? They separated. They're simply they based on the sizes. Okay. So now size or diameter of particle. Okay. It is a true solutions, colloidal suspensions. In these three, the less than 10 to the power of minus 9 meters, look at here, less than, 1 minute, less than 10 angstroms, or less than 10 to the power of minus 9 meters are equal to 1 nanometer. Less than 10 to the power of 9 angstrom compounds all are solutions. Means we can't see that all are very, very small. We can't see with our naked eye. Okay. So 1 angstrom equal to means what? 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. 10 means 10 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Okay. So this much small, less than 1 nanometer size, all are called solutions. And now look at here. 1 to 1000 nanometers. Between these all are called colloidals. 1 nanometer sizes are called true solutions, and 1 to 1000 nanometers in the middle solutions all are called colloidals. And what is above or more than 1000, more than means all are suspensions. Nanometers. 1 nanometer, 1 to 1000 nanometer, 1000 above, all are called suspensions. 1 nanometer compounds all are called solutions. 1 to 1000 nanometers all are called colloidals. Above 1000 nanometers are called suspensions. This is the 3. Okay. So you can take in different units. I'll take. That is nanometer you take. Nanometer you take. Meters I will take it. Less than 10 to the power of 9 meters. Less than 10 to the power of 9 minus 9 meters. This one 10 to the power of minus 9 to 10 to the power of 6 meters. 10 to the power of 9 to 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. And it is 10 to the power of minus 6 above are suspensions. This way. Okay. This is the expression. And one more. Sometimes 10 to the power of minus 10 meters equals to 1 angstroms, also expressed in millimicrons. Millimicron. This is the millimicron symbol. Millimicron, they are represented with like this. What is the millimicron? 1 angstrom equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 mu millimicron. 10 to the power of minus 3 millimicrons. Okay. It is equal to 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. 10 to the power of minus 3 millimicrons equal to 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. It is equals to 10 angstroms equal to 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer. This is different. This is different. This is millimicron is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 mu. It is equal to 10 to the power of 9 meters, and 10 angstroms and 1 nanometer is equal to. You take from here to here, here to here. This is different. This is different. Okay. Important note: due to the small size colloidal particles, actually colloidal size particle, small size, for example, one particle size. So how much? 1 to 1000 nanometer is coming, right? So compared to solution, the colloidal particle is surface area is very high, right or not? So for example, the particle of radius is 1 centimeter. The particle of colloidal surface is a 1 centimeter. The volume becomes 4 by 3 pi cubic centimeter. 4 by 3 pi cubic centimeter. Okay. How can we write? And surface area 4 pi equal to 12 centimeter square. Okay, it is a colloidal particles. We have to take like this. Got it? Now total surface area equals to 12 into 10 to the power of this. You write number. The total surface area equals to 12 into 10 to the power of 15 centimeter square. Okay, just this one you know, this one you write it, this one also you copy it. The total surface area of colloidal particle is 12 into 10 to the power of 15 centimeter square. Remember it, that value is very very important. That's it. No need to do any problem and all, just remember that. Okay, so now let's come to the colloidals. Colloidals, it is 1000 nanometer particles. Simply it is called 1 to 1000 nanometer particles. Okay, now the differences, distinctions we have to see. Distinctions between true solutions, colloidals and suspensions. Simply differences. Okay, now let's take serial number, property, take true solution, take colloidal. Sorry, this space is not enough. Space is not enough. I will take one fresh page. Let's take first serial number, property, true solution, colloids, and last suspensions. Okay, now let's take first number 1, nature. True solutions all are called homogeneous. True solutions all are called homogeneous. Colloidal solutions all are called heterogeneous. And suspensions also called heterogeneous. Homogeneous, heterogeneous. It is a nature. Second, size. 1 nanometer, 1 to 1000 nanometer, and more than 1000 nanometer. 1 nanometer, 1 to 1000 nanometer, and 1000 nanometer above. If you want to write angstroms, write it. Meters, if you want to write meters, write it. Right? Is less than 10 angstroms and less than 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. Okay? Right, remaining also. Filterability, third nature. Filterability. Filterability, passing through ordinary filter paper as well as animal membrane. First one, passing through ordinary filter paper and animal membrane. Animal membrane means what? Animal membrane means that skin of animal is there, right? Downside one more skin is there with a white color flesh. That is membrane. Okay? That is the animal membrane. So, the true solution skin passes through the ordinary filter paper as well as animal membrane. Now, colloidal solutions passes through filter paper but not animal membrane. This one does not pass through filter paper and animal membrane. Both. It can't pass both. Filterability. Fourth point about settling. Settling down or not. The settling one, true solutions do not settle. Which are do not settle? True solutions. And colloidals also do not settle. Settle on standing. Suspensions are settling on standing. If you take some time, if you give some time, it definitely will settle down. Visibility, fourth one. Visibility. Invisible. Particles are invisible. What are the invisible? True solutions are invisible. Heterogeneous solutions are scattering effect, microscope, ultra microscope we can see. Scattering of light by particles observed under ultra microscope. Scattering of light. Tyndall effect and everything. Scattering of light. Okay, and last, we can see with the naked eye. What are the suspensions? Suspensions we can see with our naked eye. Okay, with the naked eye, or under microscope also we can see. Visibility over. Sixth point, diffusion. Diffusion. Quickly diffuse. Diffuse quickly. Slowly. Do not diffuse. Last point, seventh point, appearance. Appearance. True solutions are clear, transparent. Clear, transparent. And colloidals are translucent. Translucent. And suspensions are opaque. We can't see. Translucent, we can see little bit. Transparent means clearly we can see. This is about true solution colloidal suspensions. Particles are visible to naked eye or under microscope. Opaque, translucent, transparent. Yeah, these are the points about colloidal solutions. Now let's go to the colloidal parts. Okay, colloidals, it is divided into, for example, old one, solutions divided into solute plus solvent. Solute plus solvent, both combinedly called solution. Like that, colloidals means dispersion dispersed phase and dispersed medium. Dispersed phase and dispersed medium is combinedly called colloids. Okay, solute and solvent of it is two parts combinedly called a solution. Like that, dispersed phase and dispersed medium combinedly is called colloids. Okay, now here dispersed phase is like a solute, dispersed medium is called like a solvent. Okay, two parts, it is dispersed phase and solvent. See these two parts, one is small amount, small quantity, large quantity. Small quantity and large quantity. This is the, based on this colloidal dispersion solution we have to discuss. Okay, now classification of colloidals into 8 phases. 8 phases based on physical state. Based on physical state, first A, based on physical state, based on physical state. Now first it is take dispersed phase and dispersed medium and the name example. Okay, now let's take serial number 1, dispersed phase, dispersed medium. First dispersed phase, solid, dispersed medium also solid, solid in solid. So in solutions time, solid in solid what we taken, alloys taken, but here what we are taking, that is important. The name solid sol, solid sol, not solution, sol, solid sol. Phase means small quantity solid, medium means large quantity solid, solid in solid. Small quantity solid, large quantity solid, both are called, that is called solid sol. Because of large quantity, medium, which is that name only we have to prefer. Okay, solid sol. The example, some colored gases, colored glasses. So different color glasses. See, when our childhood we are playing with that glass balls, right? What is that? Goli, gemstones. This all are comes under this example, solid in solid solution, solid sol. Okay, this is some colored glasses, gemstones. This all comes under this example. Okay, solid in solid. Next, second one, I will take here, dispersed phase is solid and dispersed medium I am taking here. Okay, it is liquid. Solid in liquid. See, dispersed medium is liquid, so solid is less. So solid is less, liquid is more. So liquid is more, so that's why the name is called sol. Got it, guys? Dispersed phase, dispersed medium, and the name is sol. Example what? It is a paints, cell fluids, muddy water, Okay, this under comes to the colloidals. This is not comes under solutions, muddy water. Okay, muddy large particles are there in liquid solution. Next, third one, solid gaseous. Gas is more, solid is less. Gas is more, solid is less. This is called aerosol. Aerosol means air is a dispersed medium, aerosols. Okay, gases more, that's why it is called aerosols. The example, smoke and dust. See, the smoke, fog is there, right? Not fog, smoke. When smoking, people will release a smoke. That is, carbon dioxide particles are large. We can see that smoke, yes or not? So that's why it is, which are we can see with our naked eye little bit, that is called smoke. We can see the smoke, but we can't see particle. Smoke particle we can't see. Okay, so that's why it comes under colloidal particle. Okay, even dust also, small solid dust particles are flying in the air. That is also one of the example for this dispersion phase and medium. Okay, now fourth one, it is a liquid and solid. Solid is large, liquid is small. This is called gel. What gels? Example, cheese. What cheese? While we are taking photo, that cheese not. Okay, cheese, butter, cheese and butter, jellies. You know jellies? Yes. That all comes to under liquid solid. Now fifth one, liquid large quantity, liquid small quantity. Liquid large quantity, liquid small quantity, these all are examples of emulsions. Very very important examples. What are they? We can see both quantities are liquids. Both are large quantity, small quantity, both are in liquids. What are they? It is best example, milk. We can see the milk color, we can't see milk particle. So milk contains water, 50% of water. From the cow also it will comes almost 50 to 60% of water only will come. So that in the middle what fat and that cholesterol, whatever it is there, everything that is also liquid. Both, so liquid in liquid, milk. And hair creams, set wet, jet wet, whatever it. Okay, set wet cream, that is comes under liquid in liquid emulsion. Liquid in liquid emulsion it will come. Now sixth, liquid in gas. Gas is large part, liquid is small part. Again it is also called aerosols. When it is gas is large quantity, that is aerosol, that's it. When it is air is coming large quantity, that is this. Okay, now next, aerosols examples are there. What we see taken, smoke and dust we taken, but here fog means water droplet fog. Smoke is called fog. Okay, mist, cloud, insecticide sprays, insecticide sprays. These all are comes under liquid gas. All sprays will come. Well, we are celebrating birthdays or whatever, it sprays will come, right? So gas is more, liquid is very less. That's why that fog will come. Okay, that is the fog. And the seventh one, now gas in solid. Solid is large quantity, gas is less quantity. Solid is large quantity, gas is less quantity. It is called solid form. The example, pumice stone, the first soap to the humans. Pumice stone, first stone to the humans. when they first developed their things and everything, first they used this one for as a soap. So this is a stone. It is after burning, inside it is small holes will happen. That holes contain some amount of carbon dioxide, some kind of gases will be fulfilled in that gas stone. Okay, by rubbing on our skin, the holes will slowly it is disappear. Okay, it is good for body, natural soap, pumice. So solid contains gas. So now even nowadays also some people are using this. In Amazon also they are selling this soap for price for 500 rupees or something. Okay, and foam rubber, pumice and foam rubber. This is also one of the example for gas solid. Okay, eighth one, gas liquid. Liquid more large quantity, gas less quantity. This is called foam. Now example, soap leather, whipped cream, froth. This is the examples for gas liquid. Okay, these all are examples for solid colloidal systems, colloidal dispersion phase and medium. Now let's take solid in liquid, paints, solid in gases, smoke and dust, liquid in solid, gel, cheese, butter, jellies, liquid in liquid, milk, liquid in gas, fog, mist, clouds, gas in solid, it is in pumice stone, gas in liquid is called foam, rubber, soap leather, whipped cream, soap lather, froth. This all will comes under this dispersion medium. Okay, yes, very good. Next, based on the nature of interactions between dispersed phase and dispersed medium. So before what, based on physical state, means what is solid state or liquid state, that based on we are separated nearly 8 types solutions we got, colloidal solutions 8 we got, but here based on the nature of interactions between dispersed phase and medium. Okay, so now based on this, the colloidal solutions are divided into 2 categories. One is lyophilic. Second one is lyophobic. Lyophilic and lyophobic. This based on these 2 categories we have to discuss. So the lyophobic means water loving, and phobic means water hating. Water loving. Philic, lyo means water, philic water loving. Lyophobic means hating. Okay, based on this 2. And important point, if dispersed medium in this 2, dispersed medium is water. If the dispersed medium is water, the names are, now first one, it is hydrophilic, and second one is called hydrophobic. Here actually this water is not a dispersion medium, okay, but if the dispersion medium is water, that is hydrophilic and hydrophobic name we have to call. This only we have to change the names, hydrophilic and hydrophobic. Okay, Now let's take the example number first. Lyophilic means the water loving compounds. Definition substances like gum, gelatin, starch, rubber, etc., which when mixed with suitable liquids are mixed with suitable liquids as dispersed medium directly form colloidals is called lyophilic. Substance like gum, gelatin, starch, rubber, etc. mixed with suitable liquid as a dispersed medium directly form a colloidals is called lyophilic. Okay, so when these things, when we are mixed with water, simply for example water, that time it is colloidal solution coming out, right? That all are called lyophilic. And different things it won't come, yes, it won't come. That all are called lyophobic. Lyophilic substances like metals, especially metals, and their sulfides, when mixed with the dispersed medium do not form colloidal solutions. When mixed with dispersion medium do not form colloidal solutions is called lyophobic. It is called lyophobic. Which doesn't form a colloidal solutions, that is called. Sir, with metals it is not possible. It is possible with different special methods we have to use. We have to use later. Okay. So their colloidal solution can be prepared only by special methods with the metals. Okay. That we will discuss later. Now lyophobic means, for example, metal and their sulfides just mixed with the dispersed medium. That time colloidal solution it won't come. That is called lyophobic. If the colloidal solution will come, that is lyophilic. Okay. So next, metals and sulfides, by using we can prepare it colloidal solution. It is possible. Okay. That, but different methods, but not direct method. Okay. That we will discuss later. Irreversible solutions will come. Okay. Next, this method is called extrinsic colloids. This is extrinsic colloids. This is lyophilic. It is called intrinsic colloids. Intrinsic colloids. Intrinsic Extrinsic. Intrinsic colloids means it is they form colloid solutions directly. Is called intrinsic. The colloidal solutions is not forming directly. It is called extrinsic colloids. Extrinsic colloids techniques we will discuss later. Okay. This is the one more way. Is the one more way of classification of colloidals. Now third type of colloidal classification based on the type of particle of the dispersed phase. Okay, phase. Like this is multimolecular, macromolecular, associated colloids. Many are there. Now we will go to the directly to the topic based on the type of. This is the third classification of colloidals. Third classification of colloidals. Now first one, multimolecular colloids. When dispersed medium, large number of atoms or small number of molecule substance with diameter of less than 1 meter aggregated this form. Okay, this is a multimolecular. Now let's write the definition. When an dispersion of better to I will tell shortcut form. Okay, this is. Now let's take the dispersion medium, a large number of atoms or smaller molecules combinedly form a colloidal solution is called multimolecular. It's called multimolecular. See, for example, aggregate together lot of molecules, many molecules are combinedly form a colloidal solution is forming, that is called multimolecular colloids. Example, gold solution and sulfur solution. These are the best examples. Gold solutions, multimolecular. Gold, many particles are combinedly form a solution, gold solution. Sulfur solution also one of the example for multimolecular. Macromolecular means it is macro. Macro means what? Meaning second one. Macro means macromolecular. Macromolecular means big size molecules are called macromolecules. Okay, right. When substance having big size molecules called macro, having large molecular masses contains large molecular masses are dissolved in a suitable liquids in a suitable liquids is called macromolecular colloidals. Okay, in suitable liquid is called macromolecular colloidals. Large particles combinedly form. This is. And third one important, it is associated colloids. Associated colloids. This is first and important word. Michels means critical Michels concentration, CMC. Few words we have to remember it. First word, Kraft temperature. This is a TK, Kraft temperature, and CMC, it is critical Michels concentration. These two words, remember it. I will tell in a definition, I will tell you. So, the substance which when dissolved in a medium at low concentration behave as a normal strong electrolyte, higher concentration exhibit colloidal state. See, actually, simple one I will tell. What is Michelin? I will tell you. Sodium stearate, best example. Sodium stearate. This compound you take, for example, what is the formula of sodium stearate? It is CH3 CH2 14 COO Na. This is the sodium stearate. How many carbons are there? 14, 15, 16. Almost 16. 1 minute. No. Here you take 16. 16, 17, 18. Oh, 18 should not come. Yeah. 17 only. 18 only, but 17 will come. See. 16 carbons, 17, 18 carbons. Now let's take 18 carbons. Now CH3 I am taking here. CH3. Now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Now C double bond O. This is C double bond O minus Na plus. These all are CH2. These all are CH2s. So, total how many? 16 CH2s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 16 is there. This you count it, 16 will come. Okay, this is 16. And 16 CH2s. And 1 CH3. And 1 COO minus. This is the sodium stearate. So for example, NO will last the sodium stearate ion. Now here, this is called head. What is head? This is called head. This is called head. This is called tail. Head, tail. See how it is there, like insect it is there, right? This is head, this is tail. So this one we are represented like this. This is like this. This is the tail. Okay, head. See, you take 2 eyes and 1 mouth you take, this is the Miceli. How it is there? I'll take a big diagram. This is that insect, Miceli insect. So this is the tail, this is the head. Okay, how it is looking? Right, this is a sodium stearate, C double bond O, O minus is a head, remaining 16 CH2s and CH3 is called tail. This here, in this part, this head I am talking, the head is hydrophilic, means water loving. Now tail is hydrophobic. Water is hydrophobic, means water hating this is. So if you are touching the water, it will go away. But head will attach to the water. This is about Miceli. Hydrophobic tail and hydrophilic head to the stearate ion. This is a Miceli formation. In this Miceli formation, we will discuss tomorrow briefly because of lot of points are there about Micelis. Okay, lot very important points are there. We will discuss later. Till here, just imagine this is Miceli, which is water loving one, water hating one. This only one part. This C double bond O minus. C double bond O minus, this head. This is 16 CH2s and 1 CH3 combinedly called tail. This is the topic about Miceli. Okay.